in, now former Army Reserve Intel officer, former prosecutor, now current Republican candidate for Arizona's 8th Congressional District, Abe Hamadeh is with us. Abe, it is good to see you again.
Good to see you, Grant.
Hey, it's great to have you on, Abe. One, let me ask you, before we talk about the invasion here, your response to everything going on, you're running for Congress, the lunacy. I don't know if I ever thought I would see this. Thousands of people taking to the streets in support of a terrorist organization.
You know, it's the same reason why I ran for Attorney General just last year, too, Grant. It's we're witnessing a Marxist transformation in the United States right before our eyes, and you know, it's fascinating to observe, and it's really scary because these people, they're going to be our future lawyers, they're going to be our future doctors, but as you've just noted with Cori Bush, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, they're already our lawmakers, and you know, they have no understanding of any history of the Middle East conflict, but they have been completely indoctrinated and programmed to support this ideology. That's why Rashida Tlaib's office, if you saw a congressional office, she has a Palestinian flag, a rainbow flag, a city of Detroit flag, but not an American flag. And that's exactly the type of people we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who are trying to destroy our country, and we just have to call them out for what they are.
I mean, look, I don't want anybody burning any flags, but it's hilarious to me because the people in Palestine would be literally burning the rainbow flag that's next to her Palestine flag. And I guess either she doesn't realize it or wants to ignore it. But turning now overseas as intel officer, what do you expect from this invasion now? I don't think it's ever going to be like the Normandy invasion. Do you? How do you think it plays out?
Well, I think to look back at this conflict, you know, 2005, there were 8,000 Jews in Gaza, Grant, and I think people forget that. And at the time, Prime Minister of Israel, Ariel Sharon, removed the Jewish settlers from Gaza to allow the Palestinians to self-govern. And what happened? They then allowed Hamas to take control. And since that time period, you've had hundreds of thousands of rockets raining on Israel. But prior to that, there was not a single rocket fired from the Gaza Strip to Israel. So looking at from a military perspective, you know, Israel has to use kinetic force, whether by land, air, and sea right now. So it's going to be, you know, this is close quarter combat. This is very tough. I mean, the United States, I think is going to have a hard time fighting this type of warfare. But Israel has been prepared for decades. This is where they do all their training. But there's going to be mass casualties. Of course there are. But we have to understand that Hamas is the culprit. October 6th was a peaceful day in both Palestine and Israel, but October 7th is when the Hamas terrorists decided to paraglide into Israel, massacre over 1,300 people, innocent civilians. And to see these people in the United States acting like that didn't happen, you know, it's crazy right now, this information warfare that we're fighting. And that's what's key. Israel's battling not just the Hamas terrorists, but also the psychological warfare that's going on. And you see at the United Nations, all these countries being united against Israel. So, and the Biden administration, unfortunately, has been sending so many mixed signals, whether to delay their invasion. So it's a very difficult situation for Israel right now.
Because Joe Biden and the leaders of the Democrat Party are going to have a real hard time on their hands. More and more of these Democrats are moving in support of Hamas. Yeah. And they want to say their support for Israel, but you watch, I'm making a prediction. You will see Joe Biden and the others slowly start to move in that direction as well. They'll give up on support of Israel as the rest of their party goes even dead-ass radical, because that's what Joe Biden does. He just goes to wherever he thinks he's going to be able to get the votes. I'll give you the last word, Abe.
No, you're exactly right. And that's why Republicans have had a unified message on this, that we support our ally Israel. But you see the Democrats trying to unpretzel themselves, because I think they're a little bit shocked to see how much of their voter base has become radicalized. I mean, that's exactly what's been going on. They're in a psychosis. They don't believe in just facts on the ground. They're ignoring beheadings and rapes of innocent Jews. So, you know, Biden and the Democrats, they have a tough time in their hands. But I think you're exactly right. Come November, they're going to try to court these same people who are calling for Israel to be erased off the map. They're going to try to court them back into their voter base. You know, I find it so ironic that the people who support Hamas the most are the ones that Hamas are most likely to kill first.
It really is. It's quite ironic and amazing. Abe Hamadeh, good luck in the race. We appreciate you coming on. It's always good to see you. Thank you.
You too, Grant. Thanks.